Yes, there is strong circumstantial evidence that the Rockefeller family has used a financial strategy similar to infinite banking, though they never publicly labeled it as such. Their wealth management philosophy aligns closely with the principles of privatized banking, perpetual trusts, and whole life insurance. Here's what we know: Rockefeller wealth preservation and infinite banking concepts. 1. Whole life insurance as a financial tool. The Rockefellers have historically used permanent life insurance policies as a tax efficient way to store and transfer wealth. Life insurance proceeds are tax free and can be used to fund family trusts without estate taxes. Many ultra wealthy families, including the JP Morgan family, have publicly acknowledged using high cash value life insurance as a foundational wealth strategy. 2. Trust based banking system. The Rockefellers set up perpetual trusts that continue for multiple generations. These trusts often own the life insurance policies, keeping the cash inside the family structure. The policies allow the Rockefellers to borrow against their cash value, just like infinite banking suggests. 3. Avoiding banks and keeping money in the family. Instead of taking loans from traditional banks, the Rockefellers use family controlled entities to provide loans and financing to their descendants. This practice closely mirrors Nelson Nash's infinite banking concept, where the family acts as its own bank. The 4. Guaranteed growth and compound interest. By using high cash value whole life insurance, the Rockefellers achieve steady, tax free compounding of their wealth. This strategy is much safer than relying on volatile stock market returns. 5. Estate planning and tax advantages. Life insurance death benefits are not subject to estate taxes if structured correctly. By keeping wealth inside trust owned policies, they avoid the death tax cycle that destroys generational wealth for most families. Have public evidence of Rockefeller use of life insurance and trusts. David Rockefeller Sr., former chairman of Chase Manhattan Bank, openly discussed using trusts and life insurance for wealth preservation. The Rockefeller Foundation and family trust structures are well documented, demonstrating a system that resembles infinite banking, but on a massive scale. The Rockefellers fund their philanthropic efforts, such as the Rockefeller Foundation, using structures that leverage tax-advantaged insurance policies and trusts. Did they call it infinite banking? No, because Nelson Nash coined the term infinite banking in the 1980s, long after the Rockefellers had been using similar strategies for over a century. However, they have been practicing the core principles of privatized banking through trusts, life insurance, and internal lending for multiple generations. Would you like to explore how to implement a Rockefeller-style infinite banking system into your business and trust structure? Rockefeller-style infinite banking system, ultra-deep, tanks-enhanced version. This 10 detailed breakdown will show how to design, structure, and implement an infinite banking strategy modeled after the Rockefellers while integrating it into your trust, holding companies, and business ecosystem. Core principles of Rockefeller-style infinite banking. The Rockefellers use a combination of whole life insurance, trusts, and private family banking to 1. Preserve wealth for multiple generations. 2. Control and grow assets tax efficiently. 3. Provide liquidity without reliance on traditional banks. 4. Finance family businesses and investments using internal loans. 5. Legally minimize taxes through trust structures. 2. Structural components of the Rockefeller model. To build a Rockefeller-style infinite banking system, you need to integrate the following structures. 1. Trust-based ownership. Primary trust, Dynasty trust, owns and controls the whole life insurance policies. Acts as the central family bank that lends to businesses and family members. Ensures multi-generational control by dictating strict governance. Secondary trust, business trust, or holding trust, holds the holding company, the road to home. Holds additional insurance policies to act as a capital reserve. Manages real estate, business equity, and other cash-flowing assets. Perpetual trusts for heirs. Each child, Jessica, Alexis, Casey, and Tyler, can have an irrevocable trust that controls access to funds. These trusts can own life insurance policies to further compound wealth. Trust-owned policies avoid estate taxes and keep money within the family banking system. Whole life insurance as the funding mechanism. High cash value whole life insurance participating, purchased from a mutual insurance company like MassMutual, Guardian, Penn Mutual, or Lafayette Life. Overfunded to rapidly build cash value. Designed with paid-up additions PUA riders to accelerate growth. Trust ownership of policies. Trust owns the policy, not an individual, ensuring multi-generational control. Beneficiaries are family trusts and family businesses. Death benefits are reinvested into the trust, continuing the cycle. 3. Family banking system, private lending. The trust issues loans to family members for investments, education, home purchases, etc., business ventures, trucking, leasing, real estate, financing company, etc., large capital investments, equipment, expansion, fleet purchases. Loans are secured by trust assets and life insurance cash values. Interest paid on loans flows back to the family, not external banks. Business ownership and cash flow integration. Your businesses, Ridgerunner Express, Susquehanna Fleet Leasing Co., Trailview Lending, etc., borrow from the trust rather than external lenders. Business profits repay loans to the trust, creating a tax-free compounding effect. The trust purchases additional whole life policies using business profits, expanding the bank. 5. Tax minimization and estate protection. Life insurance death benefits pass tax-free to the trust. Loans taken from the trust are not taxable income. Trust-owned assets are shielded from estate taxes. Business income is strategically funneled to trust-controlled assets, reducing tax burdens. 3. Step-by-step implementation plan. Phase 1. Set up the structural foundation. Establish a dynasty trust. Draft a trust that will own all assets, including insurance policies. Draft a family banking policy. Define loan terms, interest rates, and governance. Establish a perpetual business trust. This trust will manage business cash flow and invest in policies. Phase 2. Rockefeller-style infinite banking system. Ultra-deep 10x enhanced life insurance policies. Strategy modeled after the Rockefellers. Serve well as taxes through trust structures. Owns and trust. Holds the whole. Can have an irrevocable trust that controls access to funds. These trusts can own life insurance policies to further compound wealth. Trust-owned policies avoid estate taxes and mutual insuring family members for investments, education, home purchases, etc. Back to the life insurance death benefits. Define loan terms, interest rates, and Guardian, Penn Mutual, etc. Start issuing loans from system over generations. Set up trusts for each child. Ensure multi-design, structure, and implement. And life insurance, trusts, and private family banking too. 1. Preserve wealth for multiples through trust owns and or holding trust. Lexus, Casey, cash value. Businesses. Death benefits are reinvested into the financing company. 4. Business ownership and compounding effect that are not taxable income. Establish a trust. Draft a trust that will own all assets, including insurance policies. Draft a family banking policy. Define loan terms, interest mutual, guardian, pen mutual, etc. Deep. Core principles of Rockefeller-style infinite banking. The Rockefeller banks, uniqueness and serve, own life dating. 3. Family banking system, private lending. The trust issues loans to family members for investments, education, home purchases, etc. Business ventures, trucking, leasing, real estate, financing company, etc. Large capital investments, equipment, expansion, fleet purchases. Loans are secured by trust assets and life insurance cash values. Interest paid on loans flows back to the family, not external banks. Nashrash 4. Business ownership and cash flow integration. Your businesses, Ridge Runner Express, Susquehanna Fleet Leasing Co., Trailview Lending, etc., borrow from the trust rather than external lenders. Business profits repay loans to the trust, creating a tax-free compounding effect. The trust purchases additional whole life policies using business profits, expanding the bank. Hash 5. Tax minimization, estate protection. Life insurance, death benefits pass tax-free to the trust. Loans taken from the trust are not taxable income. Trust-owned assets are shielded from estate taxes. Business income is strategically funneled to trust-controlled assets, reducing tax burdens. 3. Step-by-step implementation plan. Phase 1. Set up the structural foundation. Establish a Dynasty trust. Draft a trust that will own all assets, including insurance policies. Draft a family banking policy. Define loan terms, interest rates, and governance. Establish a perpetual business trust. This trust will manage business cash flow and invest in policies. Phase 2. Acquire and fund whole life insurance. Select a mutual insurance company. Choose from MassMutual, Guardian, Penn Mutual, etc. Fund the first round of policies. Use overfunding and PUAs to build cash value rapidly. Set up policies for business and trust ownership. Assign the trust as owner and beneficiary. Phase 3. Activate the family banking system. Start issuing loans from cash value. Fund business expansions and property acquisitions. Repay loans with business profits. Keep the cycle self-sustaining. Buy more policies with loan repayments. Expand the system over time. Phase 4. Expand the system over generations. Set up trusts for each child. Ensure multi-generational continuity. Teach family members the system. Require education in private banking principles. Reinvest death benefits into more policies. Keep the Rockefeller model compounding. Nasher IV Advanced Strategies for Optimization. 1. Velocity banking with infinite banking. Combine HELOCs or business lines of credit with policy loans to accelerate asset growth. Use business cash flow sweeps to repay loans faster and reinvest. 2. Premium financing. Instead of funding policies directly, use a bank loan to pay premiums. Business revenue or investments cover the loan payments. Leverages outside capital for exponential cash value growth. 3. Real estate funding strategy. Use policy loans to buy real estate for cash. Refinance with a bank loan and repay the policy loan. Repeat for infinite real estate leverage. 4. Business expansion and equipment purchases. Instead of bank financing, use policy loans to buy trucks and equipment. Repay loans with business income, keeping profits inside the trust. Allows tax-deductible lease payments to flow back to the trust-owned bank. Why this works. The Rockefeller wealth model in action. By using infinite banking plus trusts, private family banking, you create a self-perpetuating system where wealth stays in the family for generations. The trust acts as a tax-free banking system. Assets are protected from lawsuits, creditors, and estate taxes. Future generations have access to capital without reliance on banks. Business profits circulate internally, compounding tax-free. This is exactly how the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and Vanderbilts structured their wealth, by combining life insurance, trusts, and private banking, they ensured financial control for generations. VI, final steps. Implementing this system for your business empire. Since you already have a Wyoming holding company, the road to home, a growing business network, trucking, leasing, real estate, lending, repair, IT, nonprofit, etc., a plan to consolidate everything under a trust. We now integrate infinite banking at the trust level, ensuring business profits cycle through the family bank. Loans to businesses and family members replace traditional banking debt. Cash value grows tax-free and funds future generations. Summary: your customized Rockefeller-style plan. Phase 1, establish trust ownership of life insurance. Phase 2, overfund whole life policies as cash reserves. Phase 3, use policy loans to finance business operations and investments. Phase 4, recirculate profits, reinvest death benefits, and expand trust control over generations. Next steps. 1. Identify the best insurance providers and policy structures. 2. Establish the loan terms and family banking policy. 3. Begin overfunding policies and setting up internal lending. This plan ensures your family business empire becomes self-sustaining while eliminating dependence on banks. Would you like help in selecting the best whole life policy options to get started? Implementing an infinite banking strategy requires selecting a whole life insurance policy from a reputable mutual insurance company. These companies are owned by their policyholders and typically distribute dividends, which can enhance your policy's cash value over time. Here are some top-rated mutual insurance companies known for their suitability for infinite banking. Context list. Image Fetch, Mass Mutual logo, Mass Mutual, Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance Company. Mass Mutual offers participating whole life policies with a strong history of dividend payments. They provide flexible policy designs that can be tailored for high early cash value accumulation, essential for infinite banking. Context list. Image Fetch, Penn Mutual logo, Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company. Penn Mutual is a mutual company with a strong dividend performance and financial stability. They offer flexible payment plans and a variety of riders, making them a solid choice for infinite banking. Site turn search, context list. Guardian Life Insurance Company of America. Guardian Life is a mutual company with a strong dividend performance and financial stability. They offer flexible payment plans and a variety of riders, making them a solid choice for infinite banking. Context list. New York Life logo. New York Life Insurance Company. New York Life is a mutual company with a strong dividend performance and financial stability. They offer flexible payment plans and a variety of riders, making them a solid choice for infinite banking. Site, context, image list. Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company. Northwestern Mutual is a mutual company with a strong dividend performance and financial stability. They offer flexible payment plans and a variety of riders, making them a solid choice for infinite banking. Key features to consider. Dividend. Look for companies with a consistent track record of paying dividends, as these can significantly enhance your policy's cash value over time. Policy flexibility. Ensure the policy allows for paid-up additions, PUAs, which enable you to contribute additional premiums to boost cash value growth. Loan provisions. Examine the terms for borrowing against your policy's cash value, including interest rates and repayment flexibility. Financial strength. Opt for companies with high financial strength ratings, e.g., AM Best rating of A or higher, to ensure long-term stability. Next steps. Consult with a financial advisor. Work with a professional experienced in infinite banking to design a policy tailored to your financial goals. 2. Policy design. Structure your policy to maximize cash value accumulation, typically by minimizing the base death benefit and maximizing PUAs while ensuring it doesn't become a modified endowment contract. 3. Regular reviews. Periodically assess your policy's performance and adjust contributions or loan strategies as needed to stay aligned with your objectives. By carefully selecting the right policy and company and with proper structuring, you can effectively implement an infinite banking strategy to manage and grow your wealth. Rockefeller style infinite banking strategy, adjusted 1 year start and benchmark based timeline. This updated implementation plan shifts the start date to 1 year from now, aligning with your working capital timeline. It ensures milestone based progress and measurable benchmarks to track performance over time. Updated implementation plan. Phase 1, structural setup, 12 to 18 months. 1, establish trust ownership of policies. Benchmark 1, legal and structural foundation. Modify the Dynasty Trust, primary trust, to own all life insurance policies. The trust will be the owner and beneficiary of all whole life policies. Family members and businesses borrow from the trust instead of banks. The trust ensures multi-generational continuity by dictating loan rules and repayment terms. Create a family banking policy document. Defines loan terms, interest rates, and repayment expectations. Governs who qualifies for loans, family members, and business entities. Sets reinvestment strategy, profits go back into new policies. Legal structuring and compliance. Modify the trust agreement to allow ownership of life insurance. Ensure tax-efficient structuring for estate protection. Tech A. Establish a board of governance for counsel for policy oversight. Benchmark 1 completion equals trust legal structure finalized, governance board established, and policy lending rules documented. Phase 2, policy acquisition, 18 to 24 months. 2, select and purchase whole life insurance policies. Benchmark 2, initial funding and policy setup. Choose the best mutual insurance provider. Mass Mutual, strong dividend performance, early cash value. Penn Mutual, flexible funding and loan terms. Guardian Life, best for high net worth strategies. New York Life, strong long-term growth. Policy design for maximum infinite banking efficiency. High early cash value design. Overfund with paid-up additions, PUAs. Avoid MAC status ensures tax-free loan privileges. Trust ownership, policies owned by trust, preventing estate tax liability. Funding strategy and initial policy purchases. First, policies funded by business profits and initial capital reserves. Businesses, Ridge Runner Express, Susquehanna Fleet Leasing, etc., contribute to policy premiums. Benchmark 2 completion, first set of policies issued, trust officially owns them, and policies begin accruing cash value. Cash. Phase 3, activate family banking system, 24 to 36 months. 3, begin loan issuance and internal financing. Benchmark 3, cash value utilization and lending. Issue first loans from cash value, business loans, financing for fleet expansion, equipment, and real estate. Real estate investments, use policy loans instead of banks for property acquisitions. Auto and business loans, trail view lending. Internal lending from trust reserves. Family loans, house purchases, education, or investments with structured repayment plans. Loan repayment and reinvestment strategy. Business profits repay loans to the trust, creating a tax-free cycle. Repaid funds are used to purchase additional life insurance policies. Each new policy expands available capital, fueling future loans. Benchmark 3 completion. First policy loans issued. Businesses use them successfully, and reinvestment cycle begins. Phase 4, expansion and multi-generational growth, 36 to 60 months. Hat 4, full-scale expansion and perpetual growth. Benchmark 4, infinite banking system self-sufficiency. Premium financing, year 4 to 5. Use third-party financing to purchase larger policies, boosting cash value growth. Business profits or trust income cover loan payments. Leveraged real estate expansion. Buy properties using policy loans, then refinance traditionally. Refinance proceeds pay back policy loans, allowing for more acquisitions. Advanced business integration. All business financing shifts to trust-based loans, eliminating traditional banks. Businesses lease equipment and trucks from trust-owned assets, ensuring revenue cycles internally. Benchmark 4 completion. Trust fully funds all business expansion, all external bank dependence eliminated, and the reinvestment cycle is fully automated. Finalized implementation timeline and benchmarks. Benchmark completion criteria. Modify trust, establish governance, finalize banking rules, 12 to 18 months. Trust owns policies, governance board established, lending rules documented. Phase 2, Select insurers, purchase life policies, establish funding sources. 18 to 24 months. First set of policies issued, trust officially owns them. Policies accrue cash value. 3. Activate lending, fund business expansion, reinvest policy loans. 24 to 36 months. First policy loans issued, businesses use them successfully, reinvestment cycle begins. Phase 4, expand system, use premium financing, integrate infinite banking into all operations, 36 to 60 months. Trust fully funds all expansion. Business financing shifts entirely to internal bank, perpetual wealth cycle engaged. Adjusted next steps. 1. Secure legal and financial advisors for trust adjustments, benchmark 1 months 12 to 18. Finalize trust modifications to allow life insurance ownership and lending authority. Establish family governance board and formalize banking policy. 2. Select a mutual insurance provider and design policies. Benchmark 2 months 18 to 24. Choose the best insurance provider and finalize policy structure. Ensure high early cash value, PUA funding, and tax-efficient trust ownership. 3. Fund initial policies using business profits and overfunding. Benchmark 2 completion. Overfund policies using profits from Ridge Runner Express, Susquehanna Fleet Leasing, and Real Estate Ventures. Establish the first round of policy loans. 4. Activate family banking system and begin loan issuance. Benchmark 3 months 24 to 36. First loans issued to businesses and family members. Loan repayment strategy starts self-funding trust reinvestment. 5. Train family members and business leadership. Benchmark 3 to 4. Ongoing. Mandatory education on infinite banking, policy loans, and reinvestment strategies. Prepare Jessica, Alexis, Casey, and Tyler for long-term system management. Why this timeline and benchmark system works. Aligns with your one-year capital buildup plan. Ensures policies are funded when cash flow is strong. Gradual, structured execution to ensure system stability. Every step is backed by measurable benchmarks, ensuring smooth progression. Leads to a fully operational, self-sustaining family banking system. By year 5, trust-owned insurance funds all business growth, real estate, and family financing. The trust perpetually expands through reinvestment, securing long-term wealth. Your infinite banking system is now fully structured and adjusted for a one-year start. Plan updated, benchmark set, and full implementation timeline adjusted. Long-term tax-free growth, perpetual lending cycle, and multi-generational asset protection secured. Eliminates reliance on external banks while keeping profits inside the family. Next immediate action, secure a high net worth infinite banking specialist and legal trust consultant. Would you like assistance in connecting with infinite banking experts and trust attorneys to begin policy structuring and trust modifications? Certainly, here are some highly qualified professionals in New Jersey who specialize in infinite banking and trusts and estates law. Infinite banking practitioners in New Jersey. The Nelson Nash Institute lists several authorized infinite banking practitioners in New Jersey. Harold J. Johnson, Jr., based in Orange, NJ. Kyle Schenk, located in Highlands, NJ. Thomas O'Connell, operating out of Parsippany, NJ. You can view their profiles and contact information on the Nelson Nash Institute's website. Site turns search trusts and estates attorneys in New Jersey. The following attorneys are recognized for their expertise in trusts and estates law: Frank R. Demerly, practicing at Archer and Greiner PC in Voorhees, NJ; Peter E. Driscoll, also with Archer and Greiner PC in Voorhees, NJ; James K. Estabrook, associated with Lindaberry, McCormick, Estabrook and Cooper PC in Westfield, NJ; David G. Hardin, part of Lindaberry, McCormick, Estabrook and Cooper PC in Summit, NJ. These attorneys have been recognized in Best Lawyers for their work in trusts and estates. Cite Turn Narrow Search 1 Next Steps. 1. Contact Infinite Banking practitioners. Reach out to the practitioners listed to discuss your specific needs and how they can assist in implementing an infinite banking strategy tailored to your situation. 2. Consult with trusts and estates attorneys. Schedule consultations with the attorneys mentioned to ensure your estate planning aligns with your infinite banking strategy and to address any legal considerations. By collaborating with these professionals, you can effectively integrate infinite banking into your financial and estate planning strategies. Certainly, here are some authorized infinite banking practitioners located in New York State, including areas that may be accessible from Northeast Pennsylvania and Central Upstate New York. Businesses map Sugrehat name, Christopher Noggle location in Glenwide, description, an authorized infinite banking practitioner based in Clarence, offering expertise in personalized financial strategies. Name Mark DeMaria, location Buffalo, NY. Description: specializes in infinite banking concepts, serving clients in the Buffalo area with tailored financial solutions. Name Mark Hutchinson, location Saratoga Springs, NY. Description: provides guidance on infinite banking, helping clients in Saratoga Springs achieve financial independence. Name Brett C. Coleman, location Rybrook, NY. Description: an experienced practitioner in infinite banking, assisting clients in Rybrook with wealth building strategies. These practitioners are recognized by the Nelson Nash Institute for their expertise in the infinite banking concept. Cite Turn Search 1 Next Steps. 1. Contact practitioners. Reach out to the practitioners listed above to discuss your specific financial goals and how the infinite banking concept can be tailored to your needs. 2. Consultation. Schedule consultations to understand their approach and determine the best fit for your financial strategy. By engaging with these professionals, you can gain valuable insights into implementing the infinite banking concept effectively within your financial planning. Dynasty Trust 10x deep dive in comparison to your current trust. A dynasty trust is an advanced estate planning tool designed to preserve wealth for multiple generations while minimizing estate taxes, protecting assets, and ensuring long term financial control. Since your current trust is structured for asset protection, business continuity, and controlled distributions, a dynasty trust could significantly enhance your existing setup. This breakdown will compare your current trust to a dynasty trust and provide a step by step guide on how to integrate the dynasty trust into your existing framework. I. What is a dynasty trust? A dynasty trust is a long term irrevocable trust designed to hold, protect, and grow family wealth for multiple generations, often 100 plus years or perpetually in some states. Unlike standard trusts that distribute assets at a set time or after a beneficiary's death, a dynasty trust retains assets indefinitely while providing controlled income and benefits to descendants. Key features of a dynasty trust: multi-generational wealth preservation. Assets remain in the trust, ensuring control over how they are used for multiple generations. Estate tax avoidance. Assets in the trust avoid estate, gift, and generation skipping transfer (GST) taxes, preserving wealth. Asset protection shields assets from lawsuits, divorces, bankruptcy, and creditors. Perpetual growth and compounding. Assets can be invested tax-free within the trust, fueling wealth accumulation over time. Strict governance and distribution rules. Trustees enforce spending guidelines, ensuring responsible wealth management. Tier comparison: your current trust versus a dynasty trust. Feature: your current trust dynasty trust. Trust type: likely revocable or irrevocable spendthrift trust, irrevocable multi-generational trust. Duration ends upon certain conditions, e.g., passing of all primary beneficiaries. Can last indefinitely, depending on state law. Asset protection: moderate creditor lawsuit protection, but not always perpetual. Strong, protected for multiple generations from lawsuits, divorce, and creditors. Tax benefits: estate tax savings within primary beneficiaries' lifetimes. Exempts assets from estate, gift, and generation skipping transfer (GST) taxes. Control over heirs: can restrict spending but may allow for direct inheritance. Strict spending rules ensure reciprocal distributions across multiple generations. Business ownership: holds business assets for estate planning, ensures business continuity indefinitely under family control. Wealth growth strategy: trust-owned assets grow tax-advantaged, compounds tax-free for generations, creating perpetual wealth. Loan capabilities: can lend money to beneficiaries and businesses, acts as a perpetual family bank, offering loans indefinitely. Key takeaway: Dynasty Trust expands on your current trust protections by ensuring multi-generational wealth preservation, eliminating estate tax burdens for heirs, and integrating infinite banking principles for long-term growth. 3. The ideal structure: your trust plus Dynasty Trust integration. To enhance your current trust, you can create a dual trust system where your current trust acts as the operational business trust, while the Dynasty Trust safeguards assets perpetually. Step 1. Establish a Dynasty Trust owned by your primary trust. The Dynasty Trust holds all permanent generational assets, e.g., life insurance policies, business equity, intellectual property, and family wealth. Your current trust, spendthrift or holding trust, manages short-term business operations and facilitates distributions to family members. Assets flow from business revenue into the Dynasty Trust, ensuring long-term wealth accumulation. Step 2. Design trust-owned whole life insurance for infinite banking. The Dynasty Trust owns high cash value whole life insurance policies, allowing tax-free growth, lending, and perpetual reinvestment. All trust beneficiaries can borrow from the trust's banking system instead of external banks. Step 3. Establish governance and spending guidelines. The trustee ensure that only responsible borrowing, investments, and business growth initiatives are funded. Heirs do not own the wealth directly, but can access funds via loans, structured distributions, and investment partnerships. IV. Step-by-step setup for your Dynasty Trust. Phase 1, legal formation, 12 to 18 months. Select a perpetual dynasty trust jurisdiction. Wyoming, Nevada, South Dakota, Alaska, and Delaware allow longest-lasting dynasty trusts, some perpetual. Pennsylvania allows dynasty trusts, but for limited generations, 110 years. Draft the trust agreement with the following provisions. Irrevocable structure ensures perpetual asset protection. Spendthrift provisions prevents creditors from accessing assets. Multi-generational distribution guidelines enforces controlled wealth transfer. Governance board. Family council oversees distributions, investments, and family loans. Infinite banking integration. Trust-owned whole life insurance becomes the family banking system. Appoint trustees and successor trustees. A corporate trustee, bank, or trust company plus family board of trustees ensures continuity. Successor trustees must meet financial literacy and governance training requirements. Transfer foundational assets into the dynasty trust. Initial assets, business equity, investment portfolios, life insurance policies. Dynasty trust becomes majority shareholder of business entities. Phase 2, infinite banking and wealth growth, 18 to 36 months. Fund whole life insurance policies via Dynasty Trust. Overfund policies with paid-up additions, PUAs, for rapid cash accumulation. Loans from cash value finance family businesses, real estate, and personal investments. Activate trust-based family banking system. Family members borrow from the trust instead of banks. Business expansions funded by policy loans repaid with profits. Implement long-term asset growth strategies. Trust reinvests dividends, stock market investments, real estate, and business income. Benchmarking system ensures only profitable investments receive funding. Phase 3, multi-generational expansion and automation, 36 to 60 months. Create perpetual family governance systems. Family leadership must attend financial education and wealth management training. Next-gen heirs must qualify for access by meeting performance and education benchmarks. Reinvest death benefits to expand trust-owned banking system. When an insured trust member passes, tax-free death benefits fund new policies, investments, and real estate acquisitions. This cycle ensures perpetual wealth compounding for future generations. What this means for you and your family. Hannah, share how a dynasty trust enhances your existing business and trust structure. 1. Ensures family business continuity forever. The trust owns the businesses, not individuals, ensuring long-term stability. Heirs inherit business leadership roles, not direct ownership, preventing family disputes. 2. Eliminates estate taxes for future generations. Because assets remain inside the dynasty trust, they are never subject to estate tax again. Heirs can access funds only through structured distributions and loan systems. 3. Functions as a private family bank. The trust issues loans to businesses, heirs, and investments, replacing external banking dependence. Loans are repaid to the trust, perpetuating tax-free wealth compounding. 4. Creates perpetual multi-generational wealth. Trust-controlled investments, real estate, and businesses ensure wealth grows indefinitely. Governance structures ensure only responsible investments receive funding. VI. Next steps. Implementation plan. Phase 1. Form Dynasty Trust and transfer key assets, 12 to 18 months. Phase 2. Fund infinite banking system and begin trust-based lending, 18 to 36 months. Phase 3, establish next-gen training and perpetual expansion, 36 to 60 months. Final verdict, Dynasty Trust equals the ultimate upgrade to your current plan, removes estate tax liability forever, protects assets from lawsuits, creditors, and divorces, provides structured multi-generational financial control, integrates infinite banking for tax-free growth and lending, ensures family business continuity for centuries. Would you like me to draft a sample Dynasty Trust framework tailored for your family and businesses? Dynasty Trust Framework, customized for your family and businesses. Title and general overview. Trust name Zarenda Dynasty Trust or any preferred name. Type Irrevocable Dynasty Trust. Purpose to preserve, protect, and perpetuate family wealth, businesses, and legacy assets across multiple generations. 1. Grantor, Settler, Anthony Paul Zarenda, you, the primary creator of the trust. 2. Trustees, initial trustees, you, Kathy, and/or a trusted corporate trustee. Successor trustees, a family board including Tyler, Jessica, Alexis, and Casey. 3. Beneficiaries, current generation, your children, Jessica, Alexis, Casey, and Tyler. Future generations, all descendants born or adopted into the family line. Trust duration. The trust shall remain active perpetually or for up to 110 years based on Pennsylvania law. 4. Trust assets. The trust will initially hold the following types of assets. 1. Businesses, e.g., the Road to Home, Ridge Runner Express, Susquehanna Fleet Leasing Co., Trailview Lending, etc. 2. Real estate assets, Susquehanna Frontier Properties. 3. Whole life insurance policies for Infinite Banking. 4. Intellectual property and secure assets, Fortress Entity. 5. Other financial assets, stocks, bonds, private equity. V. Trust funding and Infinite Banking setup. 1. Whole life insurance policies, policies owned and maintained by the trust, funded through business profits. Overfunded with paid-up additions, PUAs, to build rapid cash value. 2. Loan system. The trust acts as a private family bank, lending to businesses for expansions, equipment, and operations, family members for home purchases, education, and investments. 3. Loan repayment. Loans are repaid to the trust with interest, keeping wealth within the family. Repayments replenish the trust's capital, ensuring long-term sustainability. Asset protection provisions. 1. Spendthrift clause. Prevents creditors, lawsuits, or divorcing spouses from accessing trust assets. Beneficiaries cannot pledge, sell, or transfer their interest in the trust. 2. Shielding from estate taxes. Assets within the trust are exempt from estate taxes upon each beneficiary's death. The trust ensures that wealth is never subject to estate tax again. 3. Insurance and legal compliance. Periodic legal audits will ensure compliance with state and federal laws. 7. Governance structure. 1. Family Council Board of Trustees oversees trust management, distributions, and business operations. Trustees are required to undergo leadership and financial education. 2. Decision-making. Majority vote required for asset distributions, large investments, and changes to trust rules. In case of disputes, external counsel, e.g. Chuck and Ann, will mediate. Staff 8. Distribution and loan guidelines. 1. Regular distributions. Beneficiaries may receive structured distributions for education, tuition, certifications, trade school, healthcare, medical expenses not covered by insurance, business startups approved by the Family Council, living needs, annual support payments if justified. 2. Loan access requirements. Beneficiaries may access trust loans only if they meet employment, education, and conduct requirements. Loans are provided with flexible repayment terms, but failure to repay may result in loss of privileges. 3. Clauses for misconduct. Infidelity clause, immediate exclusion for any beneficiary engaged in infidelity. Divorce clause, access is forfeited upon divorce unless otherwise reinstated by the Family Council. Trustee discretion clause, trustees can withhold distributions for any behavior deemed detrimental to the family or businesses. IX Business Integration Plan. 1. Business ownership. The trust holds controlling shares in all family businesses, ensuring long-term control. 2. Revenue allocation. Business profits flow into the trust and are used to pay whole life insurance premiums, fund loans for expansions and operations, grow investments to sustain future generations. 3. Annual reviews. Business performance, investments, and trust policies are reviewed annually by the Family Council. X tax efficiency strategy. 1. Generation skipping tax GST exemption. The trust uses T exemption to avoid taxes when assets pass to future generations. 2. Income tax management. The trust strategically allocates income and distributions to minimize taxable events. Loans are not considered taxable income. 3. Death benefits reinvestment. Upon an insured family member's passing, tax-free death benefits replenish trust capital for further investment. XI Education and Training for Heirs. 1. Mandatory financial education. All beneficiaries must complete financial literacy and leadership training. Trustees are required to participate in ongoing education programs on trust governance. 2. Mentorship programs. Senior family members will mentor younger heirs on business operations and wealth stewardship. Sweating, reporting, and transparency. 1. Annual reports. Beneficiaries receive annual trust performance reports, including loan activities, business profits, and trust investments. 2. Feedback loop. Family members can submit feedback and proposals to the Family Council regarding trust operations. 3. Trust amendments and flexibility. 1. Amendments. While the trust is irrevocable, certain provisions can be amended by a supermajority vote of trustees, subject to legal review. 2. Flexibility for business growth. The trust can establish subsidiary trusts for new ventures or expansions as needed. 14. Timeline and next steps. 1. Phase 1, 0 to 12 months. Finalize legal documents and trust formation. Transfer initial assets, business equity, real estate, insurance policies. 2. Phase 2, 12 to 36 months. Fund whole life insurance policies. Activate trust-based lending for business and real estate investments. 3. Phase 3, 36 to 60 months. Expand trust holdings through reinvestment and new business ventures. Implement generational leadership programs. Would you like me to provide templates or help connect with trust attorneys for drafting and setup? Certainly. To assist you in establishing a dynasty trust tailored to your family's needs, I've compiled a list of reputable estate planning attorneys in Pennsylvania and New York, along with resources for sample trust templates. Estate planning attorneys. 1. Peter Klenk, Klenk Law. Location, Philadelphia, PA. Specialization, focuses on estate planning, including the creation of dynasty trusts. Contact. Code 215-790-9495. Site www.com/Philadelphia-trust-lawyer. It's at Philadelphia.com/Philadelphia Trust Lawyer. / 2. Her Potts and Potts Law Firm. Location, Westchester, PA. Specialization, experienced in establishing dynasty trusts and comprehensive estate planning. Contact 610-254-114. Website, herpotsandpots.com/whatisdynastytrustpennsylvania. Site, herpotsandpots.com/whatisdynastytrustpennsylvania. 3. Alex E. Snyder, Barley Snyder. Location, Lancaster, PA. Specialization, expertise in drafting wills, revocable trusts, and dynasty trusts. Contact 717-295201. Website, stuckandbarley.com/alleyw.barley.com/. 4. Norris McLaughlin, PA. Location, Allentown, PA. Specialization, combines deep knowledge and practical experience in estate and trust law. Contact 610-391. Website, WiggintNorrisMcLaughlin.com/services, services/estate-planning and administration, WorrisMcLaughlin.com/services-estate plan administration, wealth preservation. 5. Wiggin and Dana LLP. Location, New York. Specialization, Trier offers comprehensive estate planning services, including dynasty trusts. Contact 212-551-2600. Website, wew.com/publications, publication, dynasty-trusts/.wigan.dynasty trust. Sample Dynasty Trust templates NLF forms. Offers a 34-page Dynasty Trust template designed for the benefit of the grantor's descendants. Website, /nfonums.com, Dynasty Trust -34 pages, 30 form -34 pages. Peak Trust Company provides a compilation of sample trusts and trust provisions for consideration by legal counsel. Website, peaktrust.com/resources/resources sample trusts / DocHub offers an editable Dynasty Trust template that can be customized to your needs. Website, /www.docub.com/fillable-form/254-trust-/.com on form 25 trust 6 template. Next steps. 1. Consultation. Reach out to one or more of the attorneys listed to discuss your specific needs and how a Dynasty Trust can be tailored to your family's objectives. 2. Review sample templates. Examine the certainly to assist you in establishing a Dynasty Trust tailored to your family's needs. I've compiled special one or your dispute. By collaborating with experienced legal professionals and for a trust that how it does sample trusts. DocHub offers an editable Dynasty Trust template that can be customized to your needs. So he slashed www.com/fillable-forms 259674 it trust that howardusty.com/form/25 dynasty-trust. Next steps. 1. Consultation. Reach out to one or more of the attorneys listed to discuss your specific needs and how a Dynasty Trust can be tailored to your family's objectives. 2. Review sample templates. Examine the sample trust templates to familiarize yourself with common structures and provisions. This will help you have a more informed discussion with your attorney. 3. Customization. Work with your chosen attorney to customize the trust document, ensuring it aligns with your family's goals, state laws, and tax considerations. By collaborating with experienced legal professionals and utilizing available resources, you can establish a Dynasty Trust that secures your family's wealth for generations to come. Try transferring or creating a dynasty trust across state lines. If you create a dynasty trust in Pennsylvania, you may face limitations due to the state's 110-year rule under the Rule Against Perpetuities, RAP. Some other states, e.g., South Dakota, Delaware, Nevada, Wyoming, and Alaska, allow perpetual trusts, making them more favorable for multi-generational planning. Here's a detailed analysis of your options, including whether to transfer a trust to another state or create the trust directly in a more favorable jurisdiction. Option 1, start in Pennsylvania and transfer to a perpetual trust state. You can start the trust in Pennsylvania and later transfer its situs, legal location, to another state with more favorable laws. Here's how it works. A. Mechanism to transfer the trust. 1. Trustee replacement. Name or appoint a trustee based in the desired state, e.g., Delaware, South Dakota, or Wyoming. Trustees residing in a state with perpetual trust laws can shift the trust's situs. 2. Court approval, if required. In some cases, you may need court approval in Pennsylvania to change the trust's governing law and situs. 3. Amend trust provisions. The trust may need a provision allowing situs relocation and adjustment to another state's rules. A petition to modify the trust may be filed if this provision doesn't exist. B. Benefits of relocation. Avoids Pennsylvania's 110-year limit. The trust can continue for multiple generations without expiration. Tax efficiency. States like South Dakota and Nevada do not impose state income taxes on trust assets. Stronger asset protection. Certain states offer superior creditor protection and greater privacy for trust records. Option 2. Create the dynasty trust directly in a perpetual trust state. You can bypass Pennsylvania's limitations by establishing the trust directly in a favorable state. States like Delaware, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Nevada are commonly used for dynasty trusts because of their flexible asset protective laws. A. States with perpetual dynasty trust laws. No South Dakota, no state income tax, strong privacy laws, robust creditor protection. Delaware, no state income tax for non-resident beneficiaries, strong trustee services. Low administrative costs, perpetual trust laws, asset protection. Nevada, no state income tax, strong asset protection and creditor laws. B. How to ensure Pennsylvania recognizes an out-of-state trust. 1. Appoint a trustee in the chosen state. The trust must be administered by a trustee located in the perpetual trust state. The trustee is responsible for following that state's laws regarding investments, distributions, and administration. 2. Register or notify Pennsylvania. You generally do not need to register the trust in Pennsylvania unless Pennsylvania real estate is involved. Pennsylvania courts will typically honor an out-of-state trust as long as it was legally established and does not violate public policy. 3. Tax implications. Ensure the trust is structured to avoid Pennsylvania state income tax on trust assets and income. This usually involves having non-resident trustees and limiting in-state business operations. Option comparison. Transfer versus out-of-state setup. Create in another state under favorable mission. Must modify trust to ensure Pennsylvania. Complexity. Moderate. Requires later transfer and possible court approval. Easier established directly under favorable laws. Legal recognition. Must modify trust to ensure Pennsylvania allows transfer. Recognized by Pennsylvania courts if validly created. Tax considerations. May face Pennsylvania state taxes unless relocated. Avoid Pennsylvania tax if structured correctly. Asset protection. Good but limited by Pennsylvania's laws. Stronger in states like South Dakota or Nevada. Duration. Limited to 110 years. Perpetual. No expiration. Recommended steps for moving forward. 1. Consult with estate planning attorneys. Consider firms in South Dakota, Delaware, Wyoming, or Nevada for setting up the question, transferring or creating a dynasty trust across state lines. If you create a dynasty trust, making it to a sort of new products secured by a trustee located in the perpetual trust state, Pennsylvania real estate is involved. Pennsylvania courts will typically honor an out-of-state trust as long as it was legally established. Option comparison: transfer versus out-of-state setup. Start in Pennsylvania laws structured correctly. Asset protection: consult with estate planning attorney. Protection are critical. Establish the trust directly in a perpetual trust state. 3. Appoint a trustee. Select a corporate or structured correctly. Asset protection: good but limited by Pennsylvania's laws, stronger in states like South Dakota or Nevada. Duration: limited to 110 years. Perpetual: no expiration. Recommended steps for moving forward. 1. Consult with estate planning attorneys. Consider firms in South Dakota, Delaware, Wyoming, or Nevada for setting up the trust. Ensure you have access to legal representation in both states if transferring from Pennsylvania. 2. Decide on trust location. If perpetual duration and enhanced protection are critical, establish the trust directly in a perpetual trust state. 3. Appoint a trustee. Select a corporate or individual trustee in the desired state. Ensure the trustee meets both fiduciary and regulatory requirements. 4. Draft trust provisions. Include clauses allowing situs changes and multi-jurisdictional administration. Add provisions for infinite banking, trust-owned assets, and distribution guidelines. 5. Review tax implications. Ensure the trust is structured to avoid Pennsylvania income tax, especially if businesses or properties are still based there. Work with a tax attorney or CPA experienced in trust taxation. Would you like a list of attorneys and trust companies in Delaware, South Dakota, Wyoming, or Nevada that specialize in perpetual dynasty trusts? I can also provide guidance on selecting a corporate trustee if needed. Certainly, establishing a dynasty trust in a state with favorable trust laws can provide significant benefits for multi-generational wealth preservation. Below is a curated list of reputable estate planning and corporate trustees in Delaware, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Nevada who specialize Delaware estate planning attorneys. 1. Morris, Nichols, Arsht and Tunnel LLP. Location: Wilmington. DE Specialization, renowned for expertise in trust law and estate planning, including dynasty trusts. Contact 302-658-92 Overt. Website www.mnat.com. 2. Richards Leightonfinger, PA. Location: Wilmington. Specialization: offers comprehensive estate planning services with a focus on Delaware trust law. Contact 651-77 Dunner. Website /.com w.rlf.com. Corporate trustees: 1. Commonwealth Trust Company. Location: Wilmington, DE. Services: provides personalized trust administration services specializing in Delaware trusts. Contact 302-658-714. www.commonwealthtrust.commonwealth-trust.com. 2. New York Private Trust Company, a JTC Group. Location: Wilmington, DCDE. Services: offers Delaware trust services with a focus on personalized client solutions. Contact 2-797-2001. Website www.jtcgroup.com. South Dakota estate planning attorneys. 1. Davenport, Evans, Hurwitz, and Smith, LLP. Location, Sioux Falls. SD specialization, experienced in establishing dynasty trusts under South Dakota law. Contact 605 336 288. Website /d.com. 2. Lindquist and Venom LLP, location Sioux Falls, SD. Specialization provides estate planning services with expertise in South Dakota trust statutes. 605 988 68. Website hep/www.com.lint.com. Corporate trustees. 1. South Dakota Trust Company, LLC. Location Sioux Falls, D. Services specializes in personalized trust administration with a focus on dynasty trusts. 10. Contact 605 338 website.sdtrustcode.sdtrustcode.com. 2. Bridgeford Trust Company. Location Pierre, SD. Services. Offers modern trust solutions with an emphasis on South Dakota's favorable trust laws. Contact 605 224 9189. Website bridgefordtrust.com. Wyoming estate planning attorneys. 1. Long Reimer Weingar LLP. Location Cheyenne, WI. Specialization focuses on estate planning and trust law, including the establishment of dynasty trusts. Contact 307 635 row 7. Website lrw-law-labwlaw.com. 2. Crowley Fleck PLLP. Location Casper Specialization provides comprehensive estate planning services with expertise in Wyoming trust law. Contact 7-265-2279. Website crowleyuww.crowleyfleck.com. Corporate trustees. 1. Location Jackson Hole, WY. Services offers trust administration services with a focus on Wyoming's favorable trust environment. Contact 732-7444. Website /willowstreetgroup.com, willowstreetgroup.com. 2. Peak Trust Company. Location Jackson, WY. Schley. Services provides trust services with expertise in Wyoming's trust laws. Contact 307-734-5111. Website www.peaktrust.com.peaktrust.com. Nevada estate planning attorneys. 1. Garman Turner Gordon LLP. Location Las Vegas, NV. Specialization experienced in estate planning and trust law, including Nevada dynasty trusts. Contact 725-777-3000. Website www.gtglaw.com.gtdglaw.com. 2. Snell and Wilmer LLP. Location Las Vegas, NV. Specialization offers comprehensive estate planning services with a focus on Nevada trust statutes. You're absolutely right to be cautious. Corporate trustees are entrusted with managing your wealth and ensuring your trust is protected for generations. So it's crucial to take steps to vet them thoroughly, establish checks and balances, and retain control over key decisions without risking mismanagement. Here's a 10x deep dive into how to protect yourself and your family from being taken advantage of by a corporate trustee. Vetting the corporate trustee. Start by conducting due diligence on potential corporate trustees. Here's how. 1. Research reputation and track record. Review client testimonials, Google reviews, and trust industry ratings. Verify if they are regulated by state trust authorities and check for any complaints or lawsuits. 2. Interview multiple candidates. Ask specific questions such as, how many Dynasty trusts do they currently manage? What are their procedures for asset protection, investment management, and distributions? What mechanisms do they have in place to avoid conflicts of interest? 3. Check certifications and memberships. Look for trustees who are members of professional organizations such as American Bankers Association, ABA Trust Division, Society of Trust and Estate Practitioners, STEP. Ensure the trustee has experienced professionals with certifications like Certified Trust and Fiduciary Advisor, CTFA. 2. Define the trustee's role and limit powers. To ensure you maintain control and reduce risk, include legal restrictions on the trustee's powers in the trust document. 1. Restricted authority over investments. Require that the trustee must seek approval from a family council or investment committee for high-value investments or asset sales. Alternatively, hire an external investment advisor to manage trust assets separately. 2. Appointment and removal of trustees. Include a clause allowing beneficiaries or a family council to remove the trustee by a majority vote or for cause, e.g., breach of fiduciary duty, incompetence. Appoint a new trustee with guidelines on qualifications and vetting. 3. Regular reporting and transparency. The trustee must provide quarterly or annual reports to beneficiaries detailing, you're absolutely right to be cautious. Corporate risking mismanagement. 1. Research reputation and traits. 3. Check certifications and memberships. Certified trust and fiduciary over investments. Require that the trustee must seek approval from a family council or investment committee for high-value investments or asset sales. By a majority vote or for cause, e.g., breach of fiduciary, loan activities and trust expenses, legal and regulatory compliance. 4. 3. Regular reporting and transparency. The trustee must provide quarterly or annual reports to beneficiaries detailing trust asset performance, loan activities and trust expenses, legal and regulatory compliance. 4. Independent audits require periodic audits by a third-party CPA or trust auditor to verify the accuracy of the trustee's reports. 3. Implement a family council governance structure. A family council acts as an oversight body that collaborates with the trustee to ensure long-term alignment with the family's goals. 1. Family council members. Appoint trusted family members, e.g., Kathy, Tyler, Jessica, Alexis, and Casey, to serve on the council. Council members receive financial literacy training to make informed decisions. 2. Council responsibilities. Approve distributions, loans, and major investment decisions. Review trustee performance and provide regular feedback. Request independent audits or hire legal counsel if concerns arise. 3. Decision-making structure. Major decisions, such as changing trustees, require a supermajority vote of the council. In case of deadlocks, an external family advisor or arbitrator, e.g. Chuck or Ann, can mediate disputes. Establish beneficiary protections and access rules. To prevent trustees from using trust funds against the family's interests, clearly define beneficiary access rights and trustee obligations. 1. Loan access for beneficiaries. Define loan terms, interest rates, repayment schedules in the trust. Limit the trustee's discretion to deny loans unless specific criteria, e.g., lack of collateral or non-compliance with trust rules, are met. 2. Distribution rules. Require that distributions for education, healthcare, or business investments follow predetermined guidelines. The trustee must provide written justifications for denying any distribution requests. 3. Dispute resolution clause. Establish a process for beneficiaries to challenge the trustee's decisions, including internal mediation through the family council, external arbitration to avoid costly litigation. V. Use a hybrid trustee model. To reduce your reliance on a single corporate trustee, you can create a hybrid trustee arrangement where responsibilities are shared. 1. Co-trustees appoint both a corporate trustee and a trusted individual co-trustee. You're absolutely right to be cautious. Decisions with potential. What mechanisms do they have to high-value investments or asset sales? Alternatively, hire an external investment advisor to manage trust assets separately. 2. Appointment and removal of trustees, a foresight body that collaborates with the trustee to ensure long-term alignment with the family's goals. 1. Family council members appoint trusted family members, e.g., Kathy, Tyler, Jessica, Alexis, and Casey, to serve on the council. Council members receive financial literacy training to make informed decisions arise, mediate disputes. IV. Establish beneficiary payment schedules for education, healthcare, or business investments, mediation through the family. 1. Co-trustees appoint both a corporate trustee and a trusted individual co-trustee, e.g., a family member or attorney. The co-trustee can oversee distributions and trustee actions, ensuring compliance with family goals. 2. Directed trustee model. Appoint a directed trustee whose role is limited to executing decisions made by a family-appointed trust protector or investment advisor. The directed trustee has minimal discretion, which limits their control over trust assets. Hire a trust protector. A trust protector is a neutral third party with the authority to oversee and intervene if the trustee breaches their duties. 1. Powers of the trust protector. Remove and replace trustees. Approve or veto significant decisions such as investments or distributions. Modify trust provisions in response to changes in laws or family needs. 2. Selecting a trust protector. Choose someone with experience in trust law, such as an attorney or CPA. Define clear limits on their powers to prevent abuse. SIPN. Monitor trustee fees and expenses. Ensure that trust administration fees are reasonable and clearly defined. 1. Fee structures. Trustees typically charge based on a percentage of trust assets, e.g., 0.25% to 1% annually. Negotiate fees and request itemized statements for all charges. 2. Benchmarking. Compare the trustees' fees to industry standards to ensure competitiveness. Require periodic fee reviews to prevent overcharging. VATE. Build a trust management timeline and milestones. Phase, task, timeline, and monitoring to ensuring 1. Phase 1. Appoint initial trustee and establish trust out of 12 months, annual audit and reports. Phase 2, implement family council oversight, 12 to 24 months, council meetings. Phase 3, begin trust-based loans and distributions, 24 to 36 months, audit of loans and terms. Phase 4, ongoing trust management, 36 plus months, regular performance review. SHA-IX, final recommendations. 1. Vetting. Conduct extensive research on corporate trustee candidates. 2. Checks and balances. Implement a family council, trust protector, and audit system. 3. Legal protections. Ensure the trust document includes trustee removal provisions, loan access rules, and dispute resolution mechanisms. 4. Review regularly. Periodically review the trustee's performance, fees, and asset management strategies. Would you like me to assist in drafting a trustee interview checklist, family council structure, or trustee agreement template to ensure control and protection? If I were in your position, knowing your goals of generational wealth preservation, asset protection, family business continuity, and tax efficiency, I would choose a strategic hybrid approach to trust setup and management. Let me walk you through exactly what I would do and why, considering your entire plan, risk concerns, and family dynamics. 1. Create the Dynasty Trust in a perpetual trust state, not Pennsylvania. Why? Pennsylvania's 110-year limit on dynasty trusts would eventually force distributions, eroding long-term control. States like South Dakota, Delaware, Wyoming, or Nevada offer perpetual trust options and better legal protections for asset growth and creditor shielding. What I'd do: choose South Dakota or Wyoming because they provide the strongest privacy, asset protection, and no state income tax. Set up a hybrid trust structure. The Dynasty Trust would handle long-term generational wealth, while your Wyoming holding company, the Road to Home, remains the operational hub for all business activities. 2. Use a directed trustee model. Why? A directed trustee limits the power of a single corporate trustee by requiring external approval for critical decisions, e.g., investments, asset sales. This prevents mismanagement and creates a built-in control system without compromising trust operations. What I'd do: appoint a corporate trustee to handle administrative duties, e.g., record keeping, compliance. Appoint your family counsel, Tyler, Jessica, Alexis, and Casey, and a trust protector, e.g., Chuck or Ann, to direct the trustee's actions. Include a removal clause allowing the family to replace the trustee with cause, ensuring accountability. Halves 3. Establish a family council and governance structure. Why? One of your main concerns is preventing abuse by outsiders and ensuring family involvement in key decisions. By empowering a family council, you create internal checks while educating future generations to become responsible stewards of the trust. What I'd do: create a family governance charter with clear responsibilities for the council. Require training programs in finance, leadership, and business operations to prepare heirs, Jessica, Alexis, Casey, and Tyler, for trust oversight roles. The Family Council will have veto power over high-impact decisions and periodic review authority for the corporate trustee. 4. Use the trust as a private family bank. Why? You want your businesses and family to reduce dependence on external lenders while keeping wealth circulating internally. Infinite banking through the trust lets you issue tax-free loans, reinvest profits, and fund expansion projects without losing control. So what I'd do: set up high cash value whole life insurance policies owned by the Dynasty Trust. Allow trust beneficiaries and businesses, e.g., Phenom, Ridgerunner Express, Susquehanna Fleet Leasing, and Trailview Lending, to borrow from the trust's cash value for investments and operations. Require formal loan agreements with structured repayment terms. Profits from trust-owned businesses will replenish the trust, ensuring compounding wealth. 5. Ensure asset protection through legal provisions. Why? You want to protect family assets from lawsuits, divorcing spouses, creditors, and tax liabilities. By leveraging irrevocable trust protections and spendthrift clauses, the trust can safeguard your wealth. What I'd do: add a spendthrift clause to prevent creditors or divorcing spouses from accessing trust assets. Include automatic disqualification clauses for trust access if a beneficiary commits infidelity, divorce without prenups, or fails employment obligations. Require court orders for forced distributions, making it legally difficult to attack the trust. SAS 6. Build in flexibility for future changes. Why? While the trust needs to be irrevocable for tax and asset protection reasons, life circumstances and laws can change, including provisions for future modifications ensures the trust can evolve. What I'd do: appoint a trust protector with the authority to amend trust provisions to reflect legal changes or new family needs. Authorize changes to the trust situs if a better jurisdiction emerges in the future. Allow the family council to vote on governance changes, ensuring flexibility without sacrificing protection. Optimize tax efficiency. Why? You want to avoid estate, gift, and generation skipping taxes, as well as reduce income tax on trust investments and business profits. What I do: structure the trust to be GST, generation skipping transfer, tax exempt. This ensures that trust assets are not taxed when passed to future generations. Keep the trust situs in a no income tax state, such as South Dakota or Wyoming, to reduce tax liabilities on investment returns and business income. Work with a tax attorney or CPA to ensure compliance with both Pennsylvania and trust jurisdiction tax laws. 8. Implement independent audits and reporting. Why? Regular oversight by third party auditors prevents financial mismanagement and builds transparency. What I do: require annual independent audits of trust finances, provide quarterly reports to beneficiaries and the family council, including asset performance, loan activity, trustee fees, and administrative expenses. 9. Maintain relationships with trusted advisors. Why? You need experienced professionals to guide your family through complex trust management and ensure compliance with evolving laws. If I were in your position, no risk control aware protect business activities. 2. You will educating future generations to become racy and to want your businesses. I do trusts through legal provisions. What I do: employment obligations. Require court orders for forced distributions for future modifications ensures the trust can evolve. What I do: appoint a trust protector with the authority without sacrificing protection. T. Generation skipping transfer tax exempt to ensure compliance with both Pennsylvania and trust jurisdiction tax laws. 8. Implement independent audit counsel through complex trust performance, legal compliance, require certifications or education milestones, e.g., financial literacy training, before beneficiaries gain access to significant trust privileges. Assign trusted mentors, e.g., Chuck or Ann, to guide family members through business and trust management roles. Summary: the financial literacy training before nations to become responsible stewards. What I do: implement mentorship and leadership development programs for your children and grandchildren, compliance with evolving laws, fees and administrative expenses. 9. Maintain relationships with trusted advisors. You need experienced professionals to guide your family through complex trust management and ensure compliance with evolving laws. What I do: retain estate planning attorneys, CPAs, and investment advisors with expertise in dynasty trusts. Hold quarterly advisory meetings to review trust performance, legal compliance, and risk and management. Ensuring the trust sustainability requires preparing future generations to become responsible stewards. What I do: implement mentorship and leadership development programs for your children and grandchildren. Require certifications or education milestones, e.g., financial literacy training, before beneficiaries gain access to significant trust privileges. Assign trusted mentors, e.g., Chuck or Ann, to guide family members through business and trust management roles. Summary: the plan I'd follow: 1. Establish the Dynasty Trust in South Dakota or Wyoming with perpetual protections. 2. Use a directed trustee and family council to maintain control over trust decisions. 3. Implement infinite banking through trust-owned whole life insurance policies. 4. Add asset protection provisions such as spendthrift clauses and disqualification rules. 5. Ensure tax efficiency with GST exemption and strategic jurisdiction selection. 6. Conduct regular audits and reporting to prevent abuse by the trustee. 7. Prepare Here are the detailed next steps to implement the Dynasty Trust strategy tailored to your goals. These steps will guide you through legal setup, trustee selection, funding, and control mechanisms while ensuring protection, growth, and family oversight. Step 1. Choose the trust jurisdiction. Goal: select the best state for long-term trust protections, privacy, and tax efficiency. Options: South Dakota offers strong privacy, no state income tax, and perpetual trusts. Wyoming: excellent asset protection, low administrative costs, and perpetual trusts. Delaware: no state tax on non-resident beneficiaries, strong corporate trust infrastructure. Action steps. 1. Consult with attorneys specializing in trusts in these states. I can provide a list of vetted professionals. 2. Compare trust laws, administrative fees, and privacy regulations. Finalize the state where the trust will be established. Step 2. Hire a legal team to draft the trust agreement. Goal: create an irrevocable dynasty trust that meets your specific requirements. Action steps. 1. Draft the trust document with the following provisions. Trustee roles and powers. Define the responsibilities of the corporate trustee and family counsel. Spendthrift clauses. Prevent creditors or divorcing spouses from accessing trust assets. Loan and distribution rules include terms for infinite banking, business loans, and beneficiary access. Trust governance. Establish a family counsel, investment advisors, and a trust protector. 2. Include clauses for flexibility, e.g., allowing situs changes, amendments by a trust protector. 3. Review the draft with tax and estate attorneys to ensure compliance with both state and federal law. Step 3. Select and appoint a corporate trustee. Goal: ensure professional administration of trust assets while limiting the trustee's discretion. Action steps. 1. Vet potential trustees, corporate trust companies, directed trustees, or individual trustees. Focus on their track record managing multi-generational trusts. Verify fees, transparency practices, and ability to collaborate with the family counsel. 2. Appoint the trustee and specify removal provisions, e.g., family counsel vote, requirements for quarterly reporting and audits. Step 4. Set up the family counsel and governance structure. Goal: empower family members to oversee trust operations and key decisions. Action steps. 1. Create a family governance charter that defines membership, e.g., Tyler, Jessica, Alexis, and Casey. Responsibilities: reviewing trust reports, approving major investments, etc. Here are the detailed next steps to implement the Dynasty Trust's administrative costs and perpetual trusts. Delaware: administrative agreements or divorce include clauses for flexibility, e.g., allowing situs changes, amendments, assets, operational trusts. Verify fresh fees, transparency practices, and ability to collaborate with the family counsel. 2. Appoint the trustee and specify removal provision, operations, and key making process. Initial assets. Goal: transfer key family and business assets into the trust. Action steps. 1. Transfer ownership of business entities, the Road to Home, Ridge Runner Express, Susquehanna Fleet Lease. Fund the trust with majority vote for high-impact decisions. 2. Provide financial education and leadership training for council members. 3. Schedule annual meetings to review trust performance and discuss long-term planning. Next, step 5. Fund the trust with initial assets. Goal: transfer key family and business assets into the trust. Action steps. 1. Transfer ownership of business entities, the Road to Home, Ridge Runner Express, Susquehanna Fleet Leasing, Trailview Lending, etc. Real estate assets, Susquehanna Frontier Properties. High cash value whole life insurance policies for infinite banking. 2. Establish formal loan agreements between the trust and businesses to facilitate internal financing. Steps. Implement the infinite banking system. Goal: use whole life insurance policies owned by the trust to provide tax-free loans and perpetual cash growth. Action steps. 1. Overfund policies with paid-up additions, PUAs, to accelerate cash value growth. 2. Use the trust to issue loans for business expansion, fleet purchases, equipment, real estate investments, family needs, education, home purchases. 3. Set repayment terms and monitor the reinvestment cycle to ensure compounding growth. Step 7. Establish tax efficiency measures. Goal: minimize tax liabilities on trust assets and distributions. Action steps. 1. Ensure the trust qualifies for generation skipping tax (GST) exemption to avoid estate taxes for future generations. 2. Work with a tax attorney to optimize state income tax obligations, e.g., by ensuring trust status remains in a no tax state like South Dakota or Wyoming. Structure distributions and loans to reduce taxable events. Step 8. Implement control and oversight mechanisms. Goal: prevent mismanagement by ensuring transparency and regular audits. Action steps. 1. Require independent audits of trust finances every 1 to 2 years. 2. Establish reporting requirements, quarterly or annual reports on asset performance, distributions, and trustee actions, regular updates to the family council. 3. Include dispute resolution provisions such as internal mediation through the family council, arbitration to avoid costly legal battles. Step 9. Educate and prepare future generations. Goal: ensure your children and grandchildren are equipped to manage the trust responsibly. Action steps. 1. Develop a mentorship program with senior family members, e.g., Chuck or Ann, to guide younger heirs. 2. Provide access to financial literacy courses, leadership workshops, and estate planning seminars. 3. Establish performance-based milestones, e.g., education completion, business contributions, for heirs to qualify for greater trust involvement. Step 10. Monitor, review, and adjust over time. Goal: maintain the trust's effectiveness through ongoing oversight and flexibility. Action steps. 1. Conduct annual reviews of trust financial performance, trustee performance and fees, governance effectiveness, family council, and trust protector involvement. 2. Make adjustments as needed, including modifying trustee or advisor appointments, updating investment strategies based on market conditions. Summary: this plan ensures you maintain long-term control, asset protection, and multi-generational financial growth. You'll have a robust structure where both family governance and professional management work together to secure your legacy. Would you like me to? 1. Connect you with estate attorneys in South Dakota, Wyoming, or Delaware? Draft sample trust governance documents or trustee interview questions. 3. Provide investment and insurance specialists for infinite banking setup. Trustee interview questions designed to go for the jugular. The goal of these questions is to evaluate the trustee's competence, transparency, integrity, and ability to align with your long-term goals. These questions are aggressive yet insightful to ensure you weed out anyone who could mismanage your trust. I'll also provide red flags to watch for and ideal responses to gauge their suitability. Section 1. General expertise and trust experience. 1. How many dynasty trusts do you currently manage and for how long? What to look for? Experience managing multi-generational wealth. The number of similar trusts should indicate expertise. Aim for at least 10 to 15 active dynasty trusts. Red flag. Vague answers or managing only a few small trusts suggests inexperience. 2. What percentage of your total assets under management AUM comes from dynasty trusts? What to look for? A high percentage of trust-related AUM shows their core focus is on long-term estate planning, not short-term investments. Red flag. If most of their clients are unrelated to trusts, they may lack specialized expertise. 3. Have you ever been involved in a legal dispute with a trust beneficiary or removed from a trust? What to look for? Honest acknowledgement of any disputes with details on how they were resolved. Red flag. Avoidance or denial of any past conflicts is a sign they may not be forthcoming about issues. Section 2. Investment and asset management approach. 4. What is your investment philosophy when managing dynasty trust assets? How do you balance growth, protection, and liquidity? What to look for? They should emphasize diversification, conservative growth, and regular liquidity for trust loans. Red flag. Aggressive or overly speculative strategies are a risk for long-term wealth preservation. 5. What is your process for approving or rejecting investment opportunities or trust loans? What to look for? Clear, defined criteria involving family counsel input or external advisors. Emphasis on due diligence and risk assessment. Red flag. Trustees who retain full unilateral control over decisions without oversight. 6. Do you charge performance-based fees or commissions on investments? What to look for? Trustees should charge flat fees for trust administration, not commissions or performance fees that incentivize risky behavior. Red flag. Trustees who profit from investment turnover or commissions may prioritize their fees over trust performance. Section 3. Transparency and reporting. 7. What reporting and audit processes do you provide to trust beneficiaries and governance bodies, family counsel? What to look for? Quarterly or annual detailed performance reports, including investments, loans, and distributions. Willingness to allow third-party audits. Red flag, reluctance to provide detailed or frequent reports. 8. How do you handle beneficiary disputes or complaints? What to look for? A formal dispute resolution process, e.g. internal mediation, arbitration, with transparent communication. Red flag, if they suggest they have sole authority and dismiss disputes without involving beneficiaries or advisors. Section 4. Legal and fiduciary compliance. 9. How do you ensure compliance with state and federal trust laws? What to look for? Regular legal reviews and collaboration with external estate attorneys. Experience handling multi-state trusts with situs flexibility. Red flag. If they lack external legal oversight, they may be prone to errors or negligence. 10. How do you mitigate liability risks for trust beneficiaries and assets? What to look for? Policies for asset protection, including spendthrift clauses and creditor shielding. A clear plan for ongoing trust audits. Trustee independence and conflicts of interest. 11. How do you handle conflicts of interest, especially regarding trust investments? What to look for? They should avoid self-dealing and disclose all potential conflicts. Independent committees or external advisors to approve conflicted actions. Red flag. If they control trust investments without outside checks, they may prioritize their own interests. 12. Do you or your firm provide services, e.g. legal, financial planning, that could create conflicts of interest with the trust? What to look for? Transparency about any related services. Ideally, they outsource these to independent providers. A trustee who profits from multiple roles in trust management may act against beneficiaries' interests. Section 6. Trustee removal and succession. 13. Under what circumstances can a trustee be removed? What to look for. They should acknowledge that removal clauses exist and can be activated by the family council or beneficiaries. Red flag. If they imply they have permanent control without removal options, it's a major red flag. 14. What is your firm's process for succession planning? What happens if you retire, resign, or your firm closes? What to look for. A clear plan for successor trustee appointments and continuity agreements. Red flag. If there's no succession plan, you risk administrative chaos if the trustee leaves. Section 7. Fees and costs. 15. What are your administrative fees and are there additional hidden fees? What to look for. Transparent, flat rate fee structures based on trust size and complexity. No hidden fees for distributions, meetings, or investment reviews. Red flag. Trustees who evade fee discussions or charge excessive commissions on investments. 16. Can you provide a detailed cost comparison with similar trusts you manage? What to look for. Willingness to provide benchmarking data on fees and services compared to industry norms. Hesitation to provide this indicates they may not be competitive. Gauging answers effectively. Request sample reports, audits, or client testimonials to verify claims. 2. Ask follow-up questions. If answers feel rehearsed or vague, drill deeper. You mentioned audits. Who performs them and how often? Observe reactions. A confident, experienced trustee will welcome tough questions. Defensiveness or hesitation is a sign of trouble. 4. Request references. Contact other trust clients, if possible, to gauge their experiences with the trustee. Would you like me to draft a full interview checklist with space for notes, red flags, and evaluation scores? You're very welcome. I'm glad the draft works for you. If you need any additional support, whether it's follow-up questions, legal contacts, or more in-depth evaluation tools, just let me know. Best of luck with your trustee selection and trust setup. You've got a solid plan in place, and I know you'll handle it like a pro. That's completely valid concern. You're building this structure to protect and grow your wealth, not to feel like you've lost control over your own assets. There are strategic ways to structure the trust so that you maintain control over decisions like buying, selling, or investing, while still benefiting from asset protection, tax efficiency, and generational planning. Let's break it down with options that address your concerns. 1. Directed trustee model. How it works. A directed trustee does only what you or a designated person, trust protector, tells them to do. This limits their power to make decisions on investments, sales, or purchases. You could assign yourself, Tyler, or another trusted person, like Chuck or Ann, as the investment advisor or trust protector. The trustee cannot act without their authorization. Why it fits your needs. You maintain control over investment and business decisions. The trustee is just an administrator handling paperwork, tax filings, and legal compliance. You can remove and replace the trustee if they fail to follow instructions. Chart 2. Co-trustee or self-trustee setup. Hybrid control. Share how it works. You can appoint yourself as a co-trustee alongside a corporate trustee. You'd have equal decision-making authority, meaning the corporate trustee cannot block your decisions. Alternatively, some states, like Wyoming, allow you to be the sole trustee, but this weakens asset protection if creditors argue you still control the trust assets. Why it fits your needs. You keep active control while maintaining trust benefits like privacy and tax efficiency. You delegate administrative tasks, e.g., record-keeping compliance, to the corporate trustee. You'll have more direct control over sales, purchases, or investments without always needing approval. Trust protector with override authority. How it works. A trust protector, you or someone you trust, has ultimate control over the trustee. The trust protector can approve or veto any decision, modify or override the trustee's actions if necessary, replace the trustee if they aren't following instructions. That's a completely valid concern. A directed trustee does only what you or a protector. The trustee cannot act without their authorization. Why it fits your needs. You maintain control over investment and business decisions. The trustee is just an administrator handling paperwork, tax filings, and legal compliance. You can remove and replace the trustee if they fail to follow instructions. 2. Co-trustee or self-trustee setup. Hybrid control. How it works. You can appoint yourself as a co-trustee alongside a corporate trustee. You'd have equal decision-making authority, meaning the corporate trustee cannot block your decisions. Alternatively, some states, like Wyoming, allow you to be the sole trustee, but this weakens asset protection if creditors argue you still control the trust assets. Why it fits your needs. You keep active control while maintaining trust benefits like privacy and tax efficiency. You delegate administrative tasks, e.g., record-keeping, compliance, to the corporate trustee. You'll have more direct control over sales, purchases, or investments without always needing approval. Trust protector with override authority. How it works. A trust protector, you or someone you trust, has ultimate control over the trustee. The trust protector can approve or veto any decision, modify or override the trustee's actions if necessary, replace the trustee if they aren't following instructions. Why it fits your needs. You don't need to justify everyday decisions to the trustee. The trust protector safeguards your authority over major business moves. You maintain discretion over asset sales and purchases without trustee interference. 4. Administrative trustee for day-to-day operations only. How it works. You give the trustee limited powers over specific duties, such as filing taxes, handling legal compliance, and keeping records, issuing standard distributions, or managing small routine transactions. You retain direct control over business operations and large financial decisions. Why it fits your needs. The trustee only handles non-critical tasks like administration and compliance. You keep full authority over the trust's business and investment strategies. This reduces administrative headaches while preserving your autonomy. What you should do. If you want full decision making control while still benefiting from trust protections, I recommend the directed trustee model with you or a trusted protector in control of investments and major decisions. Here's how you can ensure control without interference. One, designate yourself or someone you trust as the investment advisor or trust protector. Two, draft the trust to limit the trustee's authority to administrative tasks only. Three, include provisions for immediate removal of the trustee if they overstep their duties. With this structure, you won't have to explain yourself to anyone, but you'll still benefit from the trust's legal and financial advantages. Would you like help refining these provisions in a trust document or exploring state laws that support this approach? Refined trust document overview, adding control, compensation, and family inclusion. This refined trust structure ensures control over key decisions while providing a clear framework for family compensation and beneficiary inclusion. I directed trustee structure with you and family control. In the updated trust, the corporate trustee handles administrative tasks only, while you, Chuck, and Ann, or others, control investments, sales, purchases, and distributions through trust protector and investment advisor roles. 1. You, as investment advisor, directs all investments, asset purchases, sales, and loans. The corporate trustee cannot act without your or the advisor's approval. 2. Family council, optional, oversees business strategy and high impact decisions. Members may include Tyler, Jessica, Alexis, Casey, and other family leaders. Can approve distributions, successor appointments, or major amendments. 3. Trust Protector Authority. The trust protector, e.g., Chuck, Ann, or another trusted individual, can remove and replace the trustee if necessary, veto or approve changes in trust policies and governance, modify the trust to adapt to new circumstances, e.g., legal changes. 2. Compensation for Chuck and Ann. Options for compensation. 1. Annual stipend. They receive a fixed annual fee for serving as trust protectors, mentors, or advisors. Suggested range, $5,000 to $15,000 per year, depending on workload. 2. Performance-based bonuses. Compensation tied to the trust's performance, e.g., hitting investment return targets, smooth business operations. Could include a percentage of trust profits or trust distributions. 3. Reimbursable expenses. Reimbursement for travel, legal consultations, or other trust-related expenses. 4. Family benefits. Non-monetary compensation through access to trust resources, e.g., vehicles, property use, or special distributions. 3. Adding Chloe and Delaney to the trust. Both Chloe, Chuck's daughter, and Delaney, Ann's daughter, can be included as beneficiaries with specific guidelines based on their circumstances. Chloe. Role. Chloe would be a contingent or direct beneficiary of the trust with limited access until she reaches adulthood. Trust access. Funds for education, healthcare, and support can be distributed during her minority. At majority 18 plus, she can receive structured distributions or loans based on trust guidelines, e.g., education, home purchases, business ventures. Delaney beneficiary. Role. Delaney would be an active beneficiary with access to loans, distributions, and potential business roles similar to Jessica, Alexis, and Casey. Access to loans for educations, investments, or home purchases. Business participation. Opportunity to be involved in family ventures, including leadership training or equity partnerships. IV. Updated trust provisions. These provisions will protect your control while supporting the roles of Chuck, Ann, and the next generation. 1. Control and administrative limits. Directed trustee clause. The corporate trustee is restricted to administrative duties, such as tax filings, compliance, and reporting. Investment authority. You or a designated investment advisor, yourself or another trusted individual, retains full control over asset management. All large investments, sales, or business decisions require investment advisor approval. Trustee removal clause. The trust protector or family council has the right to remove the trustee with cause, e.g., failure to perform duties or conflicts of interest. Sure. 2. Family council and compensation framework. Council composition. Tyler, Jessica, Alexis, Casey, Chuck, Ann, and any other trusted advisors can participate. Chloe and Delaney can join once they reach adulthood. Compensation plan. Set an annual stipend for Chuck and Ann as protectors with performance bonuses tied to business success or trust performance. Include reimbursement for trust-related expenses. Meeting requirements. Quarterly or annual family council meetings to review trust performance, approve budgets, and discuss investments. 3. Distribution and loan guidelines. Structured distributions. Beneficiaries can access funds for education, tuition, certifications, healthcare, medical needs not covered by insurance, business startups with counsel or investment advisor approval, living expenses, distributions based on demonstrated needs. Loan access. Beneficiaries can apply for trust-backed loans at low interest rates for home purchases, business ventures, or education. Loans require repayment under formal agreements with incentives for early or timely repayment. Beneficiary misconduct clause. Access may be restricted or revoked for beneficiaries who engage in misconduct, e.g., infidelity, failure to meet business obligations. Add V implementation steps. 1. Amend trust document. Update provisions to reflect the directed trustee model, investment authority, family council, and compensation plan. Add Chloe and Delaney as beneficiaries with structured guidelines for their trust access. 2. Set compensation terms. Finalize stipends, bonuses, and reimbursement policies for Chuck and Ann. Include provisions for family benefits, e.g., access to trust-owned resources. 3. Confirm trustee appointment. Identify and appoint a corporate trustee for administrative duties. Appoint Chuck or Ann as trust protectors with authority over trustee removal. 4. Finalize family council charter. Define council responsibilities, meeting schedules, and decision-making authority. Provide training programs for younger beneficiaries to prepare for leadership roles. 5. Legal and tax compliance. Co-trust protectors, how it works and implementation options. Yes, co-trust protectors are absolutely possible and can provide additional layers of checks and balances. This structure allows multiple trusted individuals, e.g., Chuck and Ann, to share or divide responsibilities, ensuring that no single person has too much control while still safeguarding the trust. Here's a deep dive into how co-protectors can function, their roles, and practical considerations. Co-protector role definition. Co-trust protectors can either 1. Share equal authority, joint decision-making. 2. Divide responsibilities, specific duties assigned to each protector. 3. Act on a majority vote for important decisions. You can customize how much authority each co-protector has, including whether certain actions require unanimous or majority approval. 2. Key responsibilities of co-trust protectors. Co-trust protectors can oversee various aspects of trust operations. Responsibility. Responsibilities of co-trust protectors. Trustee oversight. Monitor the trustee's actions and replace them if necessary. Amending trust terms. Modify administrative provisions to adapt to changing circumstances or laws. Dispute resolution. Resolve disputes between the trustee, beneficiaries, or family council. Approval of major actions. approve, disapprove significant transactions, e.g., sale of major assets, large investments. Beneficiary protections. Ensure distributions and loans follow trust rules and are in the beneficiary's best interests. Shamath 3. Models for co-protector decision-making. Joint authority, shared equal power. Both protectors must agree on any decisions. Pros, strong accountability, no single person has unchecked power. Cons, slower decision-making, risk of deadlock. Example clause. All trust protector actions require the written consent of both co-protectors. If the protectors cannot agree, the matter may be referred to an independent arbitrator. 2. Divided responsibilities. Each protector is assigned specific duties, such as Chuck, overseeing trustee appointments and legal compliance, approving distributions and business transactions. Pros, clear accountability for specific areas. Cons, requires precise definition of roles to avoid confusion. Example clause. The first co-protector shall oversee investment decisions and trustee appointments, while the second co-protector shall monitor beneficiary distributions and trust reporting. Majority vote system. Decisions are made based on a majority vote between protectors and possibly other members of the family council. Pros, prevents deadlock, balances decision-making. Cons, requires careful coordination and documentation. Example clause. All trust protector decisions shall be made by a majority vote of the co-protectors and, when applicable, the family council. IV. Handling disagreements between co-protectors. To prevent disputes from stalling trust operations, include a dispute resolution mechanism in the trust document. Options include 1. Referral to an arbitrator. An independent third-party arbitrator resolves deadlocks between protectors. 2. Tie-breaking authority. Assign a senior family member or external advisor as a tiebreaker in case of disagreement. 3. Escalation to the family council. If protectors cannot agree, the matter is put to a majority vote of the family council. V. Compensation for co-protectors. Since both Chuck and Ann will share responsibilities, compensation can be adjusted to reflect their specific roles. Option 1. Equal compensation. Both protectors receive an equal annual stipend and performance bonuses. Option 2. Role-based compensation. Each protector's compensation is tied to their specific duties and performance metrics. For example, Chuck's compensation may be tied to investment returns and trustee oversight. Ann's compensation may be tied to distribution compliance and beneficiary relations. VI's trust document language sample. Here's a sample trust clause for co-trust protectors. Section, Appointment and Responsibilities of Co-Trust Protectors. 1. Appointment of co-trust protectors. The trust shall appoint Chuck last name and Ann last name as co-trust protectors. The protectors shall serve until resignation, removal, or incapacity. 2. Decision-making authority. A. Joint authority. Both co-trust protectors must agree on the following actions. I. Removal or replacement of the trustee. Approval of major asset sales, investments, or distributions exceeding X amount. Vravakrai. Amendments to trust administrative provisions. B. Independent authority. The co-trust protectors may act independently for routine decisions related to their assigned responsibilities as follows. Co-protector 1, Chuck, trustee oversight and compliance. Co-protector 2, Ann, beneficiary oversight and distribution approvals. 3. Dispute resolution. In the event of a disagreement between the co-protectors, the matter shall be referred to arbitration or resolved by a majority vote of the family council. 4. Compensation. Each co-protector shall receive an annual stipend of amount subject to periodic review by the family council. 7. Additional benefits of co-protectors. 1. Redundancy for continuity. If one protector is unavailable, e.g., due to illness or retirement, the other can continue operations without delays.